Hey, welcome everybody. Sorry, I don't know if that was kind of a weird way to start, but how's everybody doing today on this nice rainy day? It's not actually rainy for me, but I can imagine. I'm feeling kind of weird today, honestly, because my the final session for a campaign I've been playing for 5 years is today. I have to be really careful, or else I'll just start breaking into tears spontaneously while talking about it. So I just have to. But yeah, welcome Raingo, welcome Woodsman, Packvim, Fiddlewatt, hey the Internet Man. Yeah, feel free to chill. We're just here to chill and talk about tabletop games like D&D, board games. I actually picked up a new game recently called Sakura Arms. It's pretty cool. It has, oh man, I should have like prepared if I was gonna talk about it. But it's like a dueling, like I figured I'd get it because I could play it with Misha and it looked cute and the art was cute, but it's basically like a 2-player dueling game that takes about 20 minutes, it says, and it's like deck building, and I like deck builders, so I'll be interested to dig into that at some point. That's just kind of saved for later. That'll just be a later treat. Sorry, Kumiko, I only played Hungry Hippos and Clue. You can talk about that. I mean, those count as tabletop games. I remember, like, for the longest time, I didn't know how Clue was played, and then, cause like I only knew about Clue, like I first learned about Clue when I was like really little, and I didn't really fully understand it. I was just like, oh yeah, bonk you in the head with the candlestick. Oh yeah, I also prepared something that's kind of nice. Hold on. Oh, please don't. Okay, good. I actually prepared something else special. I'm not going to do it right away. Save it for later. Possibly. We'll see. It'll be a surprise. Are all board games tabletop games? I think so. Honestly, I think tabletop games is the more inclusive term, because like at board games, like some people call mahjong and like, you know, the like board games, but they don't have a board, right? So it's like, you know, so it just makes more sense to just call them tabletop games because you play them on a tabletop as opposed to on a computer or on a, you know, something. It's a game you put on a table and you play it, whether that's sitting around a table and playing D&D or playing a board game or playing a card game between people on a table. Like I consider all those like tabletop games, you know. Like a game that you can play if you have a bunch of people standing around or sitting around a table. Like Magic is a tabletop game, so is Yu-Gi-Oh! Although I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! As a tabletop game because I don't really have any cards, so I just play it as an online game pretty much. But it is a tabletop game technically. But I wasn't intending on making this just be like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Talk, although like we could talk about like card games too at some point, but like I also wanted to like focus on like actual like, you know, like non-card games, because we talk about and go into card games a lot on this channel already, so it's like we can give a little bit of attention to other games such as tabletop games. So yeah, that's my answer on that. Hungry Hippos though is kind of fun, if kind of random, I guess. I don't know if there's really any strategy to Hungry Hippos besides just get lucky and mash the thing as hard as you can without breaking it. or not hard, as fast as you can, right? Not as hard as you can, you just fucking smash it, like... I don't know, you know what game, it's kind of funny, like, I always thought the game Rat Trap was a cool looking game, but I wasn't allowed to have it because I'm a rat, you know. I wasn't allowed to have that game. That's why I didn't have Rat Trap. It totally wasn't because it was like expensive or I didn't try hard enough. Nope, it's totally because I'm rat. Not allowed to have Rat Trap. But yeah, that game looked really cool with all like the different. Basically, it's what is it called? A Rube Goldberg machine? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Rube Goldberg machine. Those are pretty cool. It's basically like what it is, like all set up to put a rat in a trap. Look, I even prepared a dragon. Okay, wait. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wait, I'm gonna make it. Wait. Oh my god! We'll put you over here. You'll just be flying. I did not draw this. It's kind of this is Irasutoya clip art, but I should draw like a. I mean, I could like take out Charizard or something from my sketches. My Charizard was very special. It's that dragon with haste and flying. That's like freaking 12 dragons. I'm sorry, there's like a ton of dragons that have haste and flying. Hey, welcome, Eager Swine. Welcome, nice to have you. Welcome to any lurkers as well. I know I've been getting more lurkers and random people just wandering in, but it's nice to have you. You don't have to say hello, but if you do, that's perfectly fine too. Is the rain too loud? I can turn down the rain. That's like my godlike powers. Oh, is the rain too annoying? Let me turn the rain off. Like, this is the perks of having a frog goddess. I'll turn down the rain a little bit. It'll gradually like fade away, cause like, you know, rain doesn't just go away right away, right? Haruhi powers. Basically, I mean, I don't try to like have those delusions of grandeur, but at the same time I like look at like stuff going on and how things are going in my life and things going well, and I'm like man, it's like I may not be Haruhi, but damn, like sometimes I feel like it with how good things are going sometimes. How things are going like in just like my direction. Wait, that's a rain BGM? I thought that's a grilling sound. Oh, like a grilling sound, like now you make me want to have fireplace sounds. I really like crackling fire sounds too. Like I would put like in terms of like just natural sound ASMR, I would put like crickets and frogs croaking in a field as pretty high, and rain as pretty high, and also like a fire, like the sound of like wood burning in like a fireplace or a bonfire. Like those are like some of the top natural sounds that I like, I would say. 983 subs. Yeah, it's been climbing like a lot. Like if you look at the line of my, like it's notable how like I mean I've been ever since I debuted like probably what 14 months ago. I've been like gradually gaining like subscribers little by little, but like ever since the beginning of like July, which is basically after my 1-year anniversary, it just started like picking up by a lot. Like there's a notable difference in the slope of the line for like my gain in subscriber count. It's just been rising. That's why like my sub count was like used to be like over 100, like 100 or 200, like less than my Twitter count, and then it gradually caught up over the course of, and now it's basically to the point where it's about to overtake my Twitter follower count. So I'm pretty sure YouTube's gonna get to 1,000 first before my Twitter, but who knows? I mean, I've also been posting a lot of like good art lately, so that might get a few followers on the Twitter side. But also like every time I stream now, like I've been getting just like new people wandering in and new follows and stuff, so that's pretty nice. It's nice feeling like YouTube's actually showing me to more people. You subbed at 90? Really? Huh. See, I remember you coming around the time of like when I was doing Master Duel streaming, and I was pretty sure like by then I was already like in the hundreds. But I don't remember. You might have come around before then, but I could have sworn like you started coming around when I started streaming Master Duel, but Mexo. The only thing in ASMR I would dislike is that cricket background in Higurashi and Shiki. I don't know. I like the sound of like crickets and just the wildlife sounds, right? Do I have my like I said, my friend said hey to give Rat a sub in October. Oh, in October? Huh. Was I only at like 90 then? I could have sworn I was like well over 100 by the time like I was already, I think I was already like over 100 by the time I debuted. I thought I don't know, maybe I wasn't. It's hard to say. I don't have great memories of all of that, and I haven't been keeping like complete track of everything, so yeah, numbers are hard. What's important is that we're here now, and we're enjoying ourselves talking about D&D. Well, we're not really talking. We're talking about my numbers right now, which we should turn the conversation back to tabletop stuff. Man, I'm like nervous about tonight because it's basically the epilogue, so I have to come to terms with what happened, and it's kind of difficult because it's very emotional for me. I have to be careful when I talk about it, yeah. Because basically, like, yeah, I mean, my character gave, like, the ultimate sacrifice, you know? So I don't know what, I've been thinking about what she's gonna, like, be doing for, like, the year. It's just her, the wizard dude, Apollon, from, like, 1,000 years ago, and one of the other party members that just kind of tagged along, in eternity for unknown reason. That's kind of, so I guess I'm stuck with yeah. That's kind of well, in any case, I don't know, that then in that case, like, I might just have Reina, like, go off and by herself for a while, as opposed to just, like, getting together with everybody and hanging out. I don't know. I don't want it to just be like, Oh yeah, that was cool. Oh yeah, like I want there to be some like, I mean there is an emotional weight to it. But man, what was it? I don't know. I just have to think about what best to do. It's kind of difficult because, like, you know, when in doubt, do the Goku thing and have her go on a trading journey. I mean, where she is still ripe for exploring. She can't though. She's stuck in Xanadu, like she's stuck in paradise basically for all eternity. Or I think. I mean, that's part of the ultimate sacrifice. Is she gave up her freedom and her ability to go back, you know? I don't know how big paradise is. I mean, maybe she went off and started adventuring in paradise. You can journey in paradise? I mean, I suppose so. Hey, welcome, Metroid. I don't know. I think honestly, I would probably. I think. I don't know if Reina would go like talk to Braylon or just kind of try to find him or go off. Because honestly, like the party member that's stuck with Reina there is kind of like this random person that just like joined the group and she doesn't know how she feels about him anyway, so like I don't know if she'll really want to just like buddy up and for eternity, you know, just easily like that, like so she might go off on a quest to find herself in paradise or something. She's an accomplished you know, bard magician paladin sort of. So she can do a lot of magic and she can come up with stuff. I don't know. Honestly, I could go like there's a number of routes I can go. I can go like the vague route, the vague, not too fleshed out route of like she just goes off and goes on a journey, you know. Well, the thing is that I don't know how big paradise is. I have to actually check. Like there's a few questions that I need to ask, because I can ask the GM certain questions now, because you know the game is pretty much over and I need to know it for the epilogue. But like how big, like does paradise go off infinitely, or is it like finite, or is it basically like a room? Let's see. How big is paradise? Is it easy to find each other? Like I'm wondering how easy is it to fuck off, you know? I can't use teleportation magic anymore, but my character does know like a shit ton of magic and yeah, we probably wouldn't have too much trouble, honestly. With just getting by. I mean, Apollon, who's been here for like 1,000 years, was talking about like knowing the squirrels and playing chess with them and shit. So like, I don't know. There's the wildlife that can be befriended, I suppose. Unfortunately, I can't level up to get wish because I can't grind boars because all the boars are immortal. So I can't even grind boars for XP until I get to level to cast wish. Come the patron saint of rat VTubers. That doesn't even make sense. She doesn't have anything to do with rats or VTubers. That's selfish. Has nothing to do with me. How big is paradise? How is it easy to find each other? Cause the thing is that the party did say like, oh, we can come visit. Like if they know, because they know how to get back to Xanadu, they can technically come back at any point, as long as they don't like touch the waters of Lamneth, or eat the food. I think they'll be fine. They can leave just fine, cause they left, and yeah. That's totally how XP works. It's totally how XP works, right? I'm lost. What are we talking about? Oh, I'm talking about I just recently, like, tonight I am going to have the final D&D session for the game that I've been playing for like 5+ years now. For like 5 years. I think we've been playing for like 5 years now. Every other week, intermittently, depending on how easy it is to schedule. So every other week, given that we try to go every other week, but like, you know, there'll be times where like months will go by without meeting because everyone just has scheduling conflicts. Because if anyone knows the plight of trying to do D&D as an adult with other adults, is that everyone has stuff in their life to do. It's very hard to find a time where everyone can get together consistently all the time. So, you know, oftentimes people will nickname D&D schedules and conflicts, you know, because that's essentially what it is. That's why we're meeting on Thursday. We normally meet on Fridays, but like every Friday for the next like month and a half is like taken up. So we want to do the final session now. Didn't oversleep, I just came back from an eye appointment. Oh, really? Misha just had an eye appointment, and I'm actually having an eye appointment on Monday. I just scheduled it. I don't know if my eyes are... Did you get your eyes dilated? Is that what the eye drops are? Because, yeah, they dilate your eyes sometimes. Although I asked them if they were going to dilate my eyes for taking the eye exam. And they said that they weren't, so I don't know. They said they don't always. It just depends on if you have something, but so I don't know if they're gonna dilate my eyes or not, or what. They might. If so, that'll be interesting. Trying to. Well, hopefully it's not too sunny. Combined with they do give glasses that will make things hopefully doable. Otherwise, maybe I'll just wait there. I don't know. What's the bard's personality? She's kind of like me in a lot of ways, but well, I mean, I'm trying to think of like what the notable differences are. She's the indecisive type and likes to do the right thing, but doesn't always know what the best thing to do is, and is a little bit like self-sacrificial when it comes to the people she cares about, which is ultimately, I think, what led to what happened. It was kind of the evolution of her character arc, because her two major flaws was that she would risk her life for the people she cared about, and that's a flaw, quote unquote, and that she's indecisive. But like in the final moments, she conquered her indecisiveness and decisively plunged into the fountain of Lamneth to retrieve the arms of Atlas so that she could break them and prevent Olympus from being returned to the mortal plane, and the gods being revived. And then, yeah, as a consequence, though, she's cursed now, and she's gonna be stuck, possibly forever. I don't know if, I mean, the DM's not a kind DM, so to speak, or at least not like. The DM's not gonna like coddle coddle us in the sense of like, oh, you want a happy ending? Sure, you got out. Forget it, you know. It's not gonna be like that. But he did say like he has things in store and ideas churning. So I don't know what that means. See, the final session is tonight, but then we also have another session, like sometime months from now. I don't know how long from now. It might be many months from now, where we're gonna do a month later, or not a month, a year later, like once things have had a time to settle after the epilogue, basically. Oops, wait. I touched my tablet by accident. Yeah, no, that's Kumiko. Hey, welcome, Pyro. Oh, don't worry, you didn't really miss much. We were just chatting about everything. I was chatting about all of my D&D stuff, so you might have heard that before. But yeah, so my character is cursed and has to deal with that, and I don't know, something might happen a year from now at like the wedding of one of our other characters. But I don't know what that is, and I have to decide what I'm gonna do in the year's time. Like, I kind of don't want to just be all buddy with the other party member that got stuck there, because one, it was kind of random. Two, like that character was always weird to my character anyway. So. And faced with the prospect of being stuck with someone for literally all eternity, I think you can get away with like not talking to them for a year, right? Like when you're working with that big of time frames, I don't think a year is that much at that point, you know? That's like a drop in the bucket. Indecisive masochist. I have a little bit of like S tendencies, just mostly M. My S is more in like my voyeur tendencies, I feel like, and it's more or less that it's less that I specifically like causing pain, is I like causing pleasure to people, even if that means causing them pain sometimes, because some people like that. Hey, welcome, Muns. Welcome. Nice to have you. We're just chatting about, I don't know what we're chatting about at this point. S tendencies are the best. I'm definitely like a dull M. That's the Japanese term for like a super masochist. I'm pretty masochistic. Speaking of causing pleasure, that scab. Yeah, the two scabs, like, I've been meaning to repost the Natsuno Kocha one, and I ended up deciding to use it in my thumbnail, so I'm like, oh, I might as well repost it now. I'm happy too, because Ramu Mama saw it and retweeted it, so that's pretty cool, because she doesn't always see like the art that I get scabs of, and I've been thinking about like just being like, hey, do you want me to send you like some of the art I got recently, because you might be interested in seeing it, you know? I don't know. Like, Mama and I do chat like not like commonly, but like, you know, we'll catch up with each other a little bit. But last time, I haven't talked to her since before. I should honestly go and say hi, but I haven't talked to her since before Comic Het. She did Comic Het 100, which is pretty cool. I admire her. That's such like a achievement, like being at Comic Het 100. Like, oh man, that's like that go down. Like there's only one Comic Het 100 in the history of the universe, you know, like pretty amazing. But yeah, the scabs are really nice. I was really happy about those. Natsuno Kocha, it's actually kind of funny. I wasn't sure what to expect with that one, because I'd stupidly, when I did the scab request, oh, hold on, I'm like, My mouth is drying out. When I did the Skeb request, you have the option of marking NSFW or not NSFW depending on if the artist allows it. And Natsuno Kocha definitely allows NSFW art because most of the art is like full NSFW. Like if you look at Natsuno Kocha's Skeb stuff, right? But I had marked it as safe for work, or not safe for work at least, because I don't know if I would call that safe for work, but technically considered not safe for work, but I that's why I put it in my regular art tag, because technically it passes according to Skeb, I guess. But I wasn't actually sure what to expect because I was annoyed. I was like, oh man, I finally get a Skeb from like an artist I really admire, but they're specialized in doing like super lewd stuff, and I'm asking for like a non-super lewd thing. I'm missing out on like opportunity, you know. I'm thinking so I think like next time if I ever try to commission something from Natsuno Kocha, it might be lewder than more along the lines of their other Skebs, so be warned. I do want like safe for work art too. It's not just I just happen to be a degenerate, and there's a number of artists I like that I like for various levels of ecchi or lewdness. So it's only natural that if I'm getting a Skeb that it's gonna be somewhat ecchi or lewd. So if I had to run a TTRPG game, what would be my dream game? Oh man, dream game. I don't know, because I have to actually think about that, because I have been talking about possibly running like a game, a short either one shot or a few sessions of like Mage 20th anniversary, because I really liked Mage and I funded the Kickstarter for the 20th anniversary of Mage, Mage the Ascension, the World of Darkness role-playing supplement. They did a 20th anniversary of Mage, which is my favorite one of that, and I have it, and I've wanted to like run it and do a campaign of that. I need to come up with a good idea for that. So I have to actually like, I've been too busy thinking about this campaign, but after this session, and I guess we'll have a chance to kind of close the book for a while on this before we open it up again a little bit for the wedding and like the epilogue. This is kind of like an epilogue, but then we were talking about picking up as kind of like a one-shot thing far in the future. Skeb is fun to find really fun artists to draw things for you. Oh, it totally is, especially when you really like the artists and you've admired them for a while. Like Natsuno Kocha, I really liked their art for a long time. So the ability to, I mean, working with Ramumama was kind of like a dream thing too, because I had admired her art from afar and her Suwako art and everything, and so when she agreed to work with me, I was ecstatic. Trust me. You could be talking to a Kumiko that had a completely different artist, because I originally was agreed to get my art and model done by someone completely different, but when they said that they had the option of just doing the rigging and someone else did the art, I went and I asked Ramumama if I could get if she could do my art, and she said yes. But then the person that had originally agreed like chickened out or something, because she was afraid that Ramumama wouldn't know how to properly do Life 2D stuff. And but Suge Mama helped out a lot. I ended up finding a new rigger. Send you a link and you tell me, what do you think of that early access thing? The text-based management sim game? I don't really know. I haven't heard of it. Would it count as an ASMR stream if I just played a game with heavy text and I just read it? Like I deliberately read all of it? Would that count as an ASMR stream? What do you think of the early access thing? I don't know. I don't know if it's the sort of game that I'd be that interested in checking out at this point, but who knows? Yeah, it would be kind of hard. Well, it's just kind of like annoying. Like I mean, there is a place and time for like reading aloud and reading to people, but like that's not like my specialty, you know? I like playing games and chatting to people about the games I'm playing while I play them. When it's just like me reading the text of the game, it can be hard for me to follow, and it feels like it kind of makes me think of like being back in elementary school again, where like they would have people read different passages, you know, they call on different people, and you just kind of like they call on you to read, and you just kind of, okay, I'll read it. Speaking of games, Cult the Lamb, so far how do you feel? I like it a lot. I think it's a very good game. I think it's I think it's good on a number of factors, from sound to visual design to UI to, I mean, sound effects, the combat system and the city management is good. I can't really say like there's nothing I have really issue with or critique with. That's the issue. Like, I'm hard pressed to think of like an actual issue that I have with the game. So that's good in my book. I probably need to be more discerning, and maybe if I read other people's reviews on it that didn't give it a completely glowing review, I could like decide how I feel about other people's opinions. But right now I can't really say there's anything I really dislike about it. The music is good if the music is good for and appropriate for the thing, and yeah. Anyway, I realized I was talking about running a TTRPG game, but which is more on topic with this stream. But yeah, the mage game I wanted to run. So Mage 20th Anniversary came out, and it's basically the game is about it's set in the modern days, and it's basically about humans who have awoken their inner spark and have become mages, and as mages they have reality warping powers that manifest in a variety of ways, but it may look in different forms, but ultimately it's underlying the same thing, these reality warping powers. And you have these like traditions running around, and like there's like the men in black and like the sort of government agents and all those like conspiracy theories, like all of those are real. Like that's why it's the world of darkness. It's basically like the dark aspects of our world, but magnified. Which honestly, you might not even have to magnify them much. But like, there's actually vampires and werewolves running around and mages. But Mage 20th basically is about like a bunch of mages. Is basically about just about the humans who have awoken their inner spark and have become mages, and they have the ability to alter reality. The catch is that they can't freely do it because reality resists. Reality wants to do things according to consensual reality and not do things that breaks the laws of reality. So when people see you doing like vulgar magic, it's called, like you'll actually get penalized and you'll get paradox and stuff. So you have to be like discreet about the magic you use and kind of try to explain it away as like tricks or other things. Sure, you can just throw a fireball down the street, but if you like, you know, make it look like you're not, you know, make it look like it's you're throwing it out of I don't know, you're soaking something in gasoline or something, and you know, if you're going through the motions to make it look like you're doing it how it would look in reality, you know, you might get away with it if people are watching. It's a really interesting game, and like it allows you to be creative and also like have fun with all kinds of different concepts, because the thing is, in Mage, like you can have very different people that have very different beliefs about magic, but it's all the same like underlying systems, because essentially mages use their awakened spark to like manipulate reality, but like they don't see it as directly manipulating reality. They see it as whatever their paradigm is. Like if you have like, you know, if you might have the more traditional witches that say like, oh yeah, I'm calling upon the spirits of this and doing this to tap into these ley lines and do that. And then you have like a different person that's like a Sons of Ether, like a mad scientist that's like, oh, if I cross the quantum defibrillator and I, you know, throw this switch over here and you know, spin the flux capacitor, I'll be able to like, you know, pump 5 gigavolts into the air and shoot a lightning bolt, you know? Like you can just like that, like very different ways to do the same thing, which is essentially like a forces 2 effect to generate a forces effect to damage an enemy, you know? But depending on your paradigm, you see it as completely different. And the paradigm also limits what you can do, because it's based on like what you believe you can do. Because in Mage, like the spheres, as they're called it, there's like 9 spheres, and they dictate, they govern like all of existence and everything like under it. Like there's life, matter, prime, correspondence, time, mind, like all of these aspects that like you can combine your ranks in these spheres to like affect that sphere, essentially. And you have a lot of freedom in which how you affect it. It's just the spheres kind of limit like your maximum like level extent to which you can manipulate it, you know? Like with Forces 2, you might only be able to like throw a fireball down the street, but like with Forces 4 and maybe like Matter 4, you might be able to just make a volcano appear in the street, you know? Using combination of effects, because matter has dominion, you know, you're affecting the ground and the earth, which might also have to do with life as well. If it's like plant matter and it's like living, you might use life instead of a matter sphere. So like it's interesting because you can you can be very creative with your effects, and you don't have just like spells. It's not like you have magic missile. You can design your own stuff. It's very freedom. That's the fun part about Mage. So like that's why I don't know. That's why I would want to run it or like be in a campaign again with Mage, because I feel like people can have really fun concepts and do some cool things with it. And have fun, you know. And some of the most fun RPing I've ever had in my life was in a mixed World of Darkness, old World of Darkness game back in my undergrad years. basically a masquerade for mage. Yeah, it's essentially, I mean, that's like, honestly, that's the thing with the World of Darkness, is that like all the different subgroups, right? You have the werewolves, you have the changelings, you have the vampires, you have the mages. Like, they all are subject to the fact that consensual reality says they don't exist, but the mages are actually affected by it. Like, they're the ones that actually get pushed back by reality. Like, vampires don't get pushed back by reality just by lieu of existing, but mages do, because they're actually altering reality directly, whereas vampires are working within reality. It's just weird, you know. But yeah, what was I saying? Can mages kill Cain? I don't know if mages have the potential to do anything that's part of mage, but can mages kill Cain is a question. Probably not, I would guess, but like there have been mages that have killed antediluvians. Not Cain, but like Ravnos, I think, was killed. I think it was Ravnos. Yeah, Ravnos was killed by like a combination of like the Order of Hermes and like the technocracy and like a bunch of different, like, all got together to dogpile on this antediluvian vampire that was revived. Yeah, Ravnos is an antediluvian of the clan Ravnos. Werewolf, you see, that's the thing. They're all subject to reality in the sense that, you know, to the random person on the street that isn't particularly inundated with conspiracy theories, you know, that's the thing. There's normies in the World of Darkness world. There's normies running around everywhere. There's lots of normies, and the vampires and werewolves and mages have to hide from the normies, essentially. That's the whole thing. That's the easiest way to put it. There's lots of normies, and there's a normie reality, you know, that like, if that's why vampires have the masquerade specifically. It's so that they can get away with living in the, you know, the darkness, and not, because the idea is that if it's given away that they actually exist, then they can be hunted down. So the masquerade is there to protect people, essentially. I remember an ex-favorite VTuber of mine was talking about a vampire campaign where they were engaged with an antediluvian. The encounter was supposed to be one the DM wanted them to escape from, but they decided to fuck it and challenge him anyway, and they had such lucky rolls they actually killed him. DM was furious. His whole campaign gone. I mean, that's kind of funny. I would kind of laugh. And honestly, you can have lucky rolls, but like, if the DM really wants... Like, that's the thing, in it's even more so in you can kind of rules lawyer in like D&D, and to a certain extent, and kind of get away with it. Like, you know, if you roll a natural 20 and the DM looks at it and is like, no, I decide not, because, you know, you might be able to call bullshit on that, you know, and that's not considered rules lawyering, right? But like, or like, you know, just like really like things that were you know, but like in Mage and in White Wolf games, the golden rule is always in effect, which is the DM rules above all. So if he really didn't want them to escape or kill them, he shouldn't have let it happen, essentially. Like, I know that might sound like victim blaming, but there's no such thing as victim blaming when the victim is like if you really wanted them to escape, then you could set it up in a way that, like, I don't know, or just say fuck it and FMV it, you know, just say you don't have the chance to roll or something. This is a cutscene. This is the cutscene. Watch it. Run the fuck away. You know, I mean, you can do that. It's a little bit heavy-handed, and not everyone would be happy with it necessarily, but you can do it. Anyway, hold on. I realize I've been rambling. All right, we're at 12 people. Oh, more links. I'll look at that another time. World of Darkness. I don't really like Vampire that much, honestly. Like, I mean, it's alright, but like, I would always choose to play Mage, I think, if I had the option. Like, if I had the option to join a World of Darkness campaign and they gave me the option of like different things to play, I would definitely play a Mage. I might like toy around with the idea of playing a werewolf or other things, but like Mage probably. There's so many options like in Mage that you could do. Hold on a second. Let me have some more drink. Hold on. Look, it's not raining anymore. There's still a dragon though. Whoop. I want to change the music. Tabletop games, I don't know, occupy a special place in my heart. To get back to the topic of tabletop games. Well, I mean, not that we were off topic, we were talking about tabletop World of Darkness, but crap, sorry. I don't know. I'm having a hard time just because I keep getting distracted thinking about what's gonna happen tonight, you know? Man, suddenly it sounds like a lot quieter without the rain sounds. But hold on. Actually, I want a different ASMR. This doesn't work if you don't actually have a bonfire on screen. Wait, I actually have bonfire. But yeah, tabletop games occupy a special place in my heart. There's just something about like the more, what is it called? I guess the old-fashioned, you know, aspect. Is it really old-fashioned to play games not on computer anymore though? Here, we'll have a fire. It's okay. We have... Wait. It's okay, we have a red dragon with us. Nothing's a fire hazard, or well, either nothing or everything is a fire hazard when you have a red dragon around. Because you can either justify it as the red dragon is always causing a fire hazard by lieu of existing, or you could say if there's anyone that can handle fires more, it'd be a red dragon. So you're safe? I don't know. I guess it depends on if you're friends with the red dragon. I don't know, I'm honestly kinda tired too, like, and having to think about, like, the impending game coming, and what I have to, and the epilogue I'm gonna give, and the fact that I'm probably going to bust out into tears at least once, if not multiple times tonight. It's a little bit exhausting sometimes. I mean, it's cathartic, but it feels good in a way, but it still hurts. I feel kind of bad. I don't know if I did Reina dirty by sacrificing her when she might not have had to sacrifice. I mean, I guess Braylon was offering to do it instead, but like I had already plunged into the fountain anyway, so there's no point at that point. But if Braylon would have did it entirely and I just didn't have anything to do with it and I didn't plunge into the fountain, that would feel like I didn't really have a character arc conclusion either. So I don't know if there was really a way out of Reina having to give the ultimate sacrifice at the end. I think it was kind of necessary. Whether or not it stays ultimate or if she ever comes back, or if something happens that makes it not as bad, who knows? To be fair, I don't know what would be fair to do an after story. That's another thing. You have to be decide. Like, we can only do so much. Like, we can't just say, like, you know, what's going on for the next 20 years, because we're doing like a post game in like a year when like someone's wedding. So we really can only talk about what goes on for the next year or so. But we basically need to figure out how the world changes and how things go from here. Low key, you are stuck. How is that low key? That's just what it is. I mean, that was a given. That's the whole thing. I'm stuck in paradise. I mean, to be fair, Reina is probably after the initial distraught of. There's gonna be an acceptance phase and just a relief that there is a relief there. It's not just like. Honestly, I'm more distraught about than Reina is in some ways. There's relief at the fact that like they did it, they saved the world, they accomplished their goal. Like, relief, save the world, accomplished goal, that, you know, it actually worked, in the end. Glad that no one else really got sacrificed, except for Braylon, but Braylon was always just kind of a random side character to her anyway, so. Work meeting went 1 hour late. What did I miss? We're roasting a dragon right now, but no, you didn't miss. Well, you missed us talking about like World of Darkness, my campaign, various things. We've wandered around and talked about stuff. We have also talked a little bit about board games too, because that is part of tabletop games to me. So yeah, there's gonna be like, my character will be feeling relief that like the mission is over, but she wants to get out, and she doesn't want to be stuck there, and she wants to continue. She wants to go home with her friends, you know. And go on more adventures with the Sticks and Stones Company bitches. That's the name of the adventuring company, is the Sticks and Stones Company bitches. The bitches at the end is important. It's Sticks and Stones Company, comma, bitches. The way we ended up naming that, I think, is we went around the table and we were like, we couldn't decide on a name, so we just were like, okay, each person give a word, and then we just pointed at each person, and then it was just sticks. Someone gave sticks, and then the next person was end stones, company, and then the last person added bitches, and that was part of the name. Forevermore. See ya, take care, Mixo. So yeah, there's relief that she saved the world, but also wanting to be free in sadness. Honestly, she might not take it as hard at first, you know, because it is kind of a relief though that she doesn't have to worry about stuff anymore. I wish I could have an RPG where I build characters with very specific talents, like a character that throws rock very hard and this is only fighting ability. I think you could do that. You could especially do that in Mage, because I mean you have so much freedom. But like if you specialize in like Mage, and more so than in other games, you don't have to min-max as much because it's not about the min-maxing. You don't have to worry, oh man, I'm not gonna have stats high enough to do this encounter. Like that's not that sort of game. I don't know. I feel like she might have a certain amount of contentedness, you know, because she knows that like, the people she cares about are alive and well, even though she does realize that she might live well beyond their lifetimes and then some. Now, so she doesn't really know, but it's kind of hard to think of all of that and deal with the ramifications of it all at once, you know. It's kind of overwhelming. So I think if you try to just live in the moment, you can kind of have a certain contentedness, like, oh well, you know, my, at least for a while, you know, at least for like a year, you know. Like, I kind of know what that's like in a way, because after leaving grad school was a little bit abrupt, but and then afterwards I was kind of left unsure with what to do with myself. I don't know. It's an interesting feeling. The thing is though that like Reina might feel restless, but I don't know how soon that would take to kick in, because I mean I I was like, I wasn't content, but I was, you know, kind of living low after I left grad school for a little while, before I met Misha, you know. But, so I don't know. I think that Reina could feel a certain amount of contentedness for the first year. I don't know if she'll want to talk to Braylon still, cause I don't know. Cause imagine you don't know how you feel about a person, cause they're kind of annoying, they're kind of a bit overbearing, and they just kind of showed up out of the blue, and then now you have to realize that you're stuck with them for all eternity. Like, that's kind of a lot, you know? Like, even if I do neglect you for a year, does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like me personally, I can avoid doing things, like I can put things off like a long time. Like, even people I really like and enjoy talking to, I can go like months and just either forgetting or just being busy with other stuff and just not ending up talking to them, and then just picking up where we left off, you know, talking later. Like, I have a number of friends that I haven't talked to much in like months or even years, but if we were to just start talking again, it would just pick up like nothing, you know? So, like, if I can be like that with people that I like, how about with people that, like, I'm kind of feeling iffy about, you know? Like, my friend that sometimes vanishes for several months when you're trying to talk as if no time had passed. Oh, that's the thing. For, like, certain people, for me especially, but for certain other people, like, there's a difficult having... It's kind of like object permanence, but, like... I don't know, like, I feel like a lot of people have issues with that sort of thing, and I remember seeing it online called the friendship degradation mechanics, in the sense that, like, normal people, you know, if you don't talk to each other for a while, you'll start to grow farther apart, and then eventually you'll, like, you know, be strangers. But, like, with some people who don't have friendship degradation mechanics, or their mechanics are broken, like, they'll just go like many months without talking to each other, and then they'll pick up like and then just start talking to each other like nothing, like there was no gap, you know, and there's no like awkwardness or anything like that. And I'm like that with a number of people. Sometimes I feel bad, but then I try to be kind to myself. So yeah, I feel like Reina will probably feel a certain amount of contentedness, and also might want to stay away from Braylon for like a year or two, maybe. I don't know. The thing is though that like that she wants to stay away from Braylon, but she kind of wants to talk to and hang out with Apollon, because Apollon would be interesting to talk to and converse with. I mean, Apollon has been there for like 1,000 years. He's a mad wizard, basically, and mad immortal. I don't know if he's a wizard or no, he's a sorcerer. That's right. But to be able to talk with somebody else who basically magic comes intuitively to, might be enriching, you know. It'd probably be interesting. So I feel like if anything, she might just like learn from Apollon. Honestly, like she might train. Oh man, what if that? What if she like devotes herself to training, and she trains under Apollon, and then she ascends to godhood and replaces Apollo, and suddenly there's the Order of Reina. No, I don't know. That would be kind of funny. But I like the idea of continuing. Like, I feel like if I was stuck somewhere for all eternity, but I had like all the study tools and whatnot, I might as well try to become the best at the number. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel like I would still want to be productive. Like, I mean, I treat my life as if, you know, well, I don't know. I try to do my best and live my life the best I can. I'm the same way too. Yeah, certain people just don't have like the friendship degradation mechanics, and it's so weird too when you like encounter people who do, and like you realize you're just like, oh man, I can't really talk to that person, or they're like weird to me now. But like you look at other people and it's just like, man, I haven't talked to you in like literally like 6 months, but then I just say hey, and then or I don't even say hey. It's just like you just start talking about something. You know what I mean? Like, or you show them something, like, you know, because that might be like oftentimes the reason why I'll end up deciding to talk to somebody after not talking to them for like months is because I saw like a meme that reminded me of them, or something, you know, or something funny that made me think of them, and then I'll be like, hey, you know, I thought of you, or I saw this meme and it made me think of you, you know. Like I think people enjoy those moments. And I mean, I know definitely if there's somebody that I haven't talked to in months and they were just like, hey, I thought of you the other day, you know, or here's this meme that made me laugh and think of you, like I would definitely feel happy about that. I wouldn't feel any sort of weirdness about that, I think, you know. Let me put it on a different track. There you go. I don't know why this dragon is I wouldn't mind trying like dragon meat. I don't know. I'm kind of like a carnivore all the way. I guess I'm an omnivore, but like I like eating meat. I like meat too much. I'd enjoy it while I'm still young. I mean, I still consider myself young, even though I consider myself a boomer at the same time. You know, I'm not about to let anyone tell me that I'm too young or too old to do something, cause I'm myself. Everyone else is young or old relative to me. I don't know. I think it's funny when people are talking about like. They're like, oh, you're this old and you still like cartoons, or like, I don't know. And to that I would just be like, oh man, you're this old and you still judge people based on what their age bracket is, like. Or you still judge people's hobbies and interests based on what age bracket they're, like, that's kind of lame, you know. That's really dumb. I always thought that was silly, you know. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? Like, oh, animation and cartoons are just for kids. Well, who's making the cartoons? Who's making the animation? The kids aren't making it, so obviously somebody has to like be into it. That's an adult, like. But if not just that, but then there's gonna be way more than that. But like even that's besides the point. But like that's just one reason why it's stupid. But there's plenty of reasons why it's stupid. To try to gatekeep things based on how old or how young somebody is, you know. I mean, I do think you should gatekeep people, like gatekeep minors from like adult content, like 18 and up content, yes. But besides that, I don't think you should gate adults from like enjoying, like, you know what I mean, like cartoons or other stuff because, oh, it's too kiddie. You know, that's just, I don't know, that's just the people that think along those lines is just like completely like foreign to me, like that sort of mentality, you know. It's just like, I don't know, it's just completely contrary to just how I am. Adults are just big children with money, essentially. Big children with money whose parents can't step in to defend them as much anymore. Because that's the thing, like that's additionally the reason why I'm like aversive to children, like, you know, is just like to like, you know, to interacting with like minors and stuff is just because like not only do you have to deal with them, but you have to deal with like their parent, like on their behalf, like anything, you know what I mean? So like you have to deal with two people in one, essentially. you know, or more, like they, you know, multiple parents, right? So like you know, you're never dealing with just a minor. You're dealing with a minor and the people that like back them up and represent them. So like that's like, you know, that's just one of the reasons why I just don't like to interact with minors and stuff. It's like well, I'll wait until you're an adult so that like I don't have parents trying to kick my ass, you know. And just, you know, just because I can just, adults are more like, you know, one to one I can handle, you know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say my content is really 18 and up. It's not really. I mean, I do like lewd art, and we'll sometimes do innuendo and stuff, but I honestly don't even think it gets that bad, honestly. Not compared to how I see some people, definitely. But children are easily frightened when wheels move quickly. They always return in greater numbers. Yes, we must regroup. Minors are for kicking down the virtual stairs online. Nah, I would just... It's too bad you can't, like, just, and I'll put them on a separate internet. Anyway, how are we doing on time? We're at hour 22. How are we doing on people? Let me check. Okay, we've gone down a little bit. That's cool. Our numbers are still good compared to like before. I don't know. It's like it's the overall bar has been raised on my content now, you know, which is cool. I need to honestly like improve my content more. The getting the scabs recently has been nice, but I also want to like make stuff as well. I might try drawing stuff more, because people do like when I do drawing stuff. Actually, here, let me that's now that an hour and 20 has passed, I can hold on. Here, let me check it out. We got drawing now. Hold on, let me make myself a little bit smaller. I need a good place to set down my tablet. I want to start drawing more, honestly, because I would not call myself like good enough to be to consider myself like an artist, you know. Like I can doodle and I can do like fun stuff, like, but like nothing. I haven't really made anything like major that's like really well done, you know. Part of it is my attention span, honestly. Like it's hard for me to carry a sustained focus from start to finish on like a really long project that has complete freedom on what I do to it, like drawing, you know. Like sometimes I can let me see. I don't know how many people were around back in my back in the day of back in January, but yeah, the the drawing stream I did where I drew like all 252 Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. See, I can draw like super scuffed art, like just fine. It doesn't have to be this scuffed. I can like draw it cuter. Wait. I'll just... Sure. See, that's the thing too, like, is I'm just like... when I'm drawing, I always have to like compete with my urge to just go fuck it. And that's why I don't end up making like fully finished, completed stuff oftentimes, because like... when I watch people like do like long draw streams where they're spending forever just like doing like little detailing and other stuff, and it's just like, man, it's hard for me to imagine getting to that point. Am I right-handed? Yes, I am right-handed. Is this Okayu? Okayu would be like... Isn't it like... I don't actually know how the Okayu... I don't remember how the Okayu face goes. These are so scuffed. Ever considered a draw with viewers stream? I haven't considered a draw with viewers stream, no. I wonder what would be a good software to do that with. I might have to look into it. I've considered doing like another drawing stream sometime, and I've been wanting to do like more draw streams every so often, but I just have been caught up with like video gaming and other stuff. Like I even said at the beginning of the year I wanted to do like drawing like Pokemon and learning how to let's see. I've seen some people use those like draw softwares, but I haven't seen people do a draw with viewers. But that might be a consideration. These are so scuffed. I don't know what's going on there. How's that? See this? I can draw Raichu. That's a Raichu with a really wide head. Selin from Niji did one. I forget the program, but I missed it because work. Oh yeah, Selin was actually the person that inspired me to do the 252 Pokemon drawing stream in the first place. Is because I saw her. It's because she said she made a stream, and like the title was like drawing Gen 1 and Gen 2 today. But like her, just by the way she had said it and the way she had commented, it sounded like she just offhandedly was going, oh yeah, I'm just gonna draw all Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon on, today or so. And she ended up drawing like 10 or something. So like, I was like, oh man, how hard would it be to draw all 252 in one stream and have them still be identifiable as the Pokemon in question? And I did it, and I managed to do it in 12 hours, just under 12 hours, but the ending is cut off on YouTube, and I don't have the VOD, sadly, so that is a bit that is lost forever unless if someone has the footage from like the full footage and recorded it from back in the day, please let me know. I would love to get my hands on that, because I would really want to see the very ending where I kind of broke down and celebrated, because it was cut off, because the cutoff on YouTube is 11:55 and I thought it was 12, so I ended at like 11:58. Wide Chew, it's Hidamari's sketch, Wide Chew. Oh yeah, Hidamari's sketch. That's like the one that that's the one with like the really like bean the real bean faces, right? I don't know. Also, like, I'm not being very... If I use stabilization, I could draw like nicer circles. See, like... See, look at this. Hey, it's an ocarina. Look at my amazing drawing skills. Oh wait, that's where I saw you in chat and subbed to you. Really? Wait, when? In Selin's chat you saw me? Yeah, I actually realized like a number of people have just like spotted me hanging out in other like VTubers chats and ended up getting curious and checking me out, which is pretty cool. It's not really like my intention, like talking in other chats and stuff. I mean, it's a nice side effect, but like, ultimately I just like chatting and hanging out with VTubers. Because I don't really have any VTuber friends, so that's like that's the most socialization I get, is hanging out in streams. I mean, it'd be cool if I don't know. But I'm also like very busy with stuff, so it's like hard to say like how easy it would be to chat like on the side with the VTubers from that stream. Yeah, cool. Honestly, I haven't been watching much of Selin's streams lately, but I should see how she's doing sometime. I did hang out in like the Dragoon Discord for a little while, and that was pretty cool. They're very friendly. I like that group. I don't know. I don't have a personal Discord server, but I do have like an account, and I have joined a few people's. I've kind of hopped around here and there, but I don't have like my own VTuber Discord. I don't know if I want to have one official one of my own. Maybe one day, but it'll be more like containment than anything. Let's see. Let's actually draw something. Oh my god, I miss you. Hey, welcome, Neffy. No problem. Don't worry about it. How are things going? Hope things are going well with you. Also, welcome to any lurkers that may have wandered in, or yeah. Hold on, let me make this screen big. Okay. Honestly, I feel like I need to grind my drawing so I get to the point where it's rewarding enough that like it's self-sustaining. Like that's part of what I feel is like I like drawing and I like the stuff that I draw a little bit, but like not enough that like it encourages me to keep drawing, I guess. I just end up getting distracted by other stuff and then months go by and I haven't drawn anything and I'm just like, whoops. What's the cute rat drawing? I'm not drawing anything specific at the moment. I don't really know what to draw, honestly. Let me think. Look, I can draw a circle. Also, using layers is good. Let's see. I don't know. I have my own style of like sketching that I like sketch anime faces. That's kind of like let's see. I will do a little bit of drawing. I'm better at like sketching because like I end up not having the patience for like drawing finished works. But I honestly should. Let's see. How's that? Wait. Eyebrows. Oh, the eyebrows feel so like random. There we go. Can you draw an approximate of your D&D character? Not well. Honestly, if you want to see what she looks like, just look at Reina from Hibike Euphonium. Cause I named her after Reina from Hibike Euphonium. She has, or another way, if you know Amaga. Wait, hold on a second. I want to make sure I'm not pronouncing this. Oh, okay. Like Sheena, like Amanogawa. I had to see how her last name is. I didn't actually know for sure. Like imagine Sheena but with like black hair. And like with somewhat elf features a little bit. Let's see. See, like I can do like little sketches and stuff, but but in terms of like actual finished works, not as well. And I know it's a matter of like, honestly, I don't like complaining, and I honestly don't really like complain about it per se, because I feel like it's more a matter of I just need to sink more time into it. I need to, if I want to be better at drawing, I need to sink more time into it and probably more attention. Also, yeah. See, and I'm not really good at like, I'm okay at doing faces, and then everything else just kind of like, it gets a lot crappier. It's easier if I have like a reference, but hold on a second. I need to hydrate. Also, let me turn off this. I think the fire sounds are a little confusing. Let me let's see. Delete that. Delete that. Okay. I wanted to switch to a specific song. Also, I need to hydrate as well. Oops, wrong song. There, I'll just put it on random. The only limit is your imagination, Kumiko. Use your imagination. Oh, I mean, that's that much is a given. When it comes to drawing. Although, honestly, I don't know if I have a very good imagination, or like, I've thought about the possibility of being like aphantasic, I think it's called, where like I have difficulty like picturing things in my head, like imaging things, like getting a vivid view. It's kind of like fuzzy or blurry, or you know, I don't know, it's hard to say. Like I kind of don't invest a lot of like faith in the stuff that I read about aphantasia, and a lot of it feels a little bit pseudoscience-y and kind of hokey, and especially like when I'm scrutinizing it from like a social science perspective, and how these people are being tested and interviewed, you know, on their experiences, is very important to know like how, because you know, if you ask somebody, if like, you know, if you ask somebody questions, it can really change how they answer if depending on how you ask them, you know. Yeah, see, that's the thing though. Like, what level is it like fully not being able to imagine things in your head? Because I feel like I have a little bit of that issue, in the sense that, like, if I imagine an apple, I can imagine an apple, but like it's not like I can't imagine like the redness. I can imagine that there is a redness factor, but I don't know if I can like see it clearly in my head. The red, it's just I can feel it. It's more of a feeling, you know, as opposed to like seeing the image like in my head. I don't know. And then, see, that's the thing. It's really dependent on the problem with getting self-reports of stuff involving like your internal like cognitive makeup and the way you think and stuff like that is, yeah, it really depends on how you ask the questions. And you know, and what you present to show the example of, like, you know, whether or not someone says, yes, I can imagine stuff in my head, or no, I can't imagine stuff in my head, depends on what they consider imagining stuff in the head, right? Like, that's why I'm kind of shaky on it for myself specifically, because I feel like I'm not like fully like I can't imagine stuff, because like I read books and I'm imagining the scenes in my head and stuff, but like it feels very like kind of faded and not like kind of black and white in a sense. Like I know the colors are there, I can be like, oh, that's a red book, but it doesn't look like a red book, it just feels like a red book, you know what I mean? But I'm not seeing it. But like if you're not seeing it, then how are you imaging it? Like how vivid is the image? Like there's no easy way to objectively define how vivid somebody sees an image in a standardized way across people, you know, because it's all based on self-report, and it's all dependent on how you judge whether or not you consider it imaging, and also how the scientist describes what you're supposed to be judging, you know, like how do you determine if you can imagine stuff or not? Like, what do you consider imagining? Is it aphantasic for me that I can imagine a red book, but I can't really, it's hard for me to exactly get the color. It feels more faded, and I can sort of, I just know that it's red as opposed to like I see that it's red in my imagination. Like, I don't know if it's, but then the thing is that like I'm not actually seeing it in my imagination. Is the feeling it, the actual imagining seeing it, that I'm actually supposed to be reporting? Like, you don't, like, there's like these questions that like it's just unsatisfying. That's why I just kind of avoid that line of research. I feel like telling someone to imagine things is going to have the opposite effects. It really depends on the way you ask somebody to imagine. Like if you look at the tests for aphantasia online, you'll see like stuff where it'll be like, imagine a red star. Like what do you see in your mind? And then it'll show like pictures of like fuzziness, or like a fuzzy outline of a star, or like a star and then like a red star and then like a very vivid red star. Like which do you see in your head? And it's like, well, I don't see anything technically. Like I'm feeling it, you know. It's like I don't see it. Like, and if I feel it, it feels kind of like I'm seeing like one of the less resolution ones, but I can still kind of imagine the more vivid colors. It just doesn't look like it, you know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like that's why it's, yeah. This is one of the issues of studying social sciences in general, is dealing with people's self-reports and having to really standardize like how you ask people questions and how they give answers. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. $90 views, huh? I'm actually a little surprised that this isn't, Oh yeah, I should check and see how long. I don't know where like your post. Oh no, it's in the community tab. That's right. Okay. Sorry, I was a little confused of something. So yeah, like I can sketch stuff pretty decently. Here, let's see, yeah, my character Reina is just kind of like, see, it's so hard, like, I don't know. I don't have like a clear like her. She kind of looks. She's interesting because she kind of looks like a warrior almost. Because she has like, she wears like half plate and she carries around a trumpet on her. But like I can't really draw that very well. I'm not artistic enough to draw organic things, only drawing I can do are technical. I really am not good at drawing like if you want if I'm drawing a sword, my swords are basically like Cal Art swords, so you know, but I don't really, let's see. Let's see. Reina was kind of, she wasn't like overly serious. She didn't crack jokes by lieu of being me and the fact that I crack jokes a fair bit. Yeah, you guys haven't really seen me the way I am in social groups because I mean, obviously I haven't done any collabs and you guys have just seen me interacting with you guys and being the only one talking, but in groups, I can occupy a number of functions, but one of the functions I'll often I'll often chime in with I'll lead to some extent. I'll help I'll try to basically cover the roles that need to be covered. So if things need to be pushed along, then I'll try to help things along, like conversation wise or other stuff. Well, no, you're a social group. I mean like talking like out loud in person. You know, like being able to like comment on people talking or something like out loud. I mean, is more. This is pretty different. But I guess you do see some of my humor, obviously. But like I do tend to in groups where it's pretty active and I don't have to feel like I'm driving everything along. I like kind of hanging back a little bit and chiming in with amusing comments and just like I'll always if I think of something clever or funny or something that I know will make people laugh, I'll usually come out and say it. So like I kind of end up being known as just like, I don't know, kind of funny to hang out around. You've been demoted. Oh, you're totally a social group. It's just a little different from people that I'm talking to. See, the thing is that you're a social group, but I interact with you guys asynchronously, which means like separated in time somewhat. I mean, it's mostly the together in time, and that I'm talking to you and you guys are talking back. But there's a delay, and it's not like instant, and it's also like not like out loud conversation where I can just chime in, you know. Like that's the thing. I'm also always directing conversation and chat and stuff. It's a different situation when I'm in a social situation where like people are talking, other people are talking, and then I have the ability to chime in or come in, you know. I think I'm pretty good in those roles where like I only have to talk sometimes. We are a fragment of your imaginations. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you guys are have some degree of realness. I don't know. I don't really like. I don't think I've ever hallucinated before. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but like, despite all the experiences I've had, and I've had a lot of experiences, I've never like actually knowingly hallucinated anything. The closest thing is like seeing like those mirages on the road, but like no, I've never like had like something where I knew wasn't actually there, but I saw it or like I heard it, you know. Kumiko, it's been 20 years. It wasn't your fault. It's gotta let go. Really? It hasn't been that long since that happened. My super secret lore. I don't know. Like, honestly... See, that's the thing. Like, that's part of what keeps me from drawing too much is, like, I end up getting annoyed with myself and I end up, like, not being able to improve it enough to... I don't know. I try, and sometimes it'll succeed, but then I'll feel like embarrassed because I feel like I'm worse than I should be, or my perfectionism and never being satisfied. Stoner surprise face? I don't know what the stoner surprise face is. What time is it? I don't want to go too long. I'm probably going to here. Let me go back to. Let me go back to Kotatsu since I'm not really drawing. I will be. I think let me take the bonfire off of the. I do want to have some time between the stream and leaving for the session to like, I don't know, I might go for a walk. I have to think about some stuff on my own and also talk with some of the other players so about stuff, because yeah, the epilogue, the plan for the epilogue is, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, when we start, we're just gonna go around the table and each of us are gonna talk about what happens to us afterwards. And yeah, I don't know. You're a perfectionist, you're just a woman. You're never satisfied. No, I'm pretty sure I'm a perfectionist and a woman, but I can be both. I'm definitely more perfectionist than some people. Like you would not imagine how many times I look over my Twitter posts and other stuff before I like post them or stuff. I'm like just worried that I'm just gonna randomly like trip and then accidentally like input my bank account information into the field and submit that or something, you know, like something really dumb. Like I'm just like super paranoid of doing any like dumb mistakes because I know that it's very easy for me to make like quote unquote careless mistakes because I can be absent-minded sometimes and miss stuff, and my perceptions has an issue sometimes, but yeah, like I'm always worried that like, you know, I'm always like super careful about just a lot of stuff. I don't know. I think this was a good stream though. I hope people enjoyed. If anyone wants to talk about anything specific before we end, we can talk about that. But I don't really know, cause yeah, like, I'm probably leaving for my last 5e session in about probably 2.5 hours, and I really have to not think about it too much in a certain way, or else I'm just gonna start crying. Sorry, I'm just bad with endings and sentimental stuff, so it's easy for me to get caught up in it. I don't know, I'm probably gonna do a lot more crying today. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have another stream tonight. Like, don't be too surprised. I should just schedule it, like the post D&D. I might have it on Twitch. Although at the same time, I don't know if I want to have that sort of stream on Twitch right away. Cause I mean, last session, after that emotional time, I ended up wanting to have a stream afterwards to talk, you know, so I might end up doing that again. So just to warn you guys. So you might want to keep your eye out around 1 a.m. in about 8 to 9 hours or so. In about maybe 9 hours I might stream again. Cause yeah, I might want to talk after the session is actually over. It's like ripping off the band-aid, you just do it. I mean, it is. The thing is that it's a prolonged affair for me, because my emotions will last a while and stay pretty strong, so, you know, I'm probably gonna get emotional a bunch of times today. I was feeling like mostly better over the past like how many days since last Friday. Like the first couple of days I was pretty like weak and stuff, but I was mostly fine and, you know, able to listen to like Xanadu and talk about the session and be mostly fine. But like today, now that we're actually at the like the final session, is sad. I mean, I know we're still gonna be playing more afterwards. It's just that I don't know how soon it is until the next time we're gonna, cause we are gonna take a little bit of a break. But I don't know how long the break's gonna be, and then I have to think about what we're gonna do afterwards, and I might possibly run a short game where I do mage stuff, but I have to think about what that concept is gonna be. If I get wrapped up thinking about that, it might help as well. I don't know. Anyway, I guess it is raining slowly. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the stream for now, though. I do appreciate it. It was a good stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, I will warn you, I might have a gorilla stream tonight if I don't pass out and I want to talk. I don't know if it'll be on Twitch or on YouTube. I've been wanting to stream on Twitch more impromptu, but like my YouTube impromptu streams, especially the late night ones, have been doing really well lately, so it's like I kind of want to capitalize on that. But I also want to do Twitch more, but I don't actually care that much about Twitch. Like Twitch is all right, but like I'm really focused on my YouTube channel, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't want to shoot my YouTube channel in the foot if it'd be better if I stream there. Hey, welcome, Drain. Welcome. Yeah, it is. We are gonna be ending soon. It is almost time. I've been getting kind of emotional thinking about how that last session is today. We're still gonna be gaming more, but yeah, I don't know when the next session's gonna be, or what we're gonna be playing next, and it's gonna be a different game, so it's all sad. I don't know. It's and the reason why I'm sad is like it's not any one thing. It's a lot of things. It's because it's the ending of something we've been doing a long time, and it's sentimental, and also because I really enjoyed doing it, and also because I feel like I'm doing it justice by having these strong emotions, because it was a very good campaign, and we invested a lot into it and had a lot of fun, you know. So it's definitely worth shedding tears over. Even though no one else was really getting like nearly as emotional as I was about it, but you know, they accept that. My group is very accommodating and kind to me. But you know, they don't like make fun of me or anything for it. But and Anohana, oh my god, don't even get me started on Anohana. Like Anohana made me bawl my eyes out so many times. I've watched that a bunch of times. I haven't watched Anohana in a long time, but the song can totally the 10 years song, that can totally get me crying sometimes too. Not as much these days, I feel, but like definitely I've had some strong emotions to Anohana. Angel Beats is pretty good, but it's like mitigated by the fact that by that author is kind of ridiculous. But I did like Angel Beats, and I thought Angel Beats was pretty good, and I enjoyed it, even though, yeah. I can, it's not hard for me to cry from like sentimental anime or like other stuff. I've even cried in like situations where like it's not even like supposed to be a situation where you're crying, but just because it's like so like emotional, awe-inspiring for me and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna I don't know. Honestly, I'm not really like, I don't really have anything. If people are still here hanging out, like I don't really have to like end the stream or leave like right this second. Like I'm trying to think, what do I want to do before well, I want to take a shower before I go, so I'm gonna need time to do that. And blow dry my hair probably. And think about stuff, it'd probably be a good idea. Yeah. Anyway, I think I should end it so I can take a shower and other stuff. But it was good. Thank you all for coming. Sorry if you just got here or if you are lurking and you're sad. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you to those watching in the VOD as always. And yeah, next stream will probably be tonight when I am emotional and needing to talk or hang out. If I don't just pass out, and it's hard to predict, but don't be surprised if there's a impromptu stream tonight. I'll post on Twitter about it as usual. As to where it will be, I'm not sure if it will be on Twitch or YouTube. We'll see. But anyway, thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it. Take it easy. Have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And wish me luck. And bye-bye. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.